Where'd I put my phone? Oh, there it is. Okay. So, give me a minute to make sure audio work. Testing? 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 Okay, good. So, it's been a little while. It's been a couple months since I streamed anything. But this is Isopod. It's a spin-off of Webbed, which I had a lot of fun with. I beat this whole game, and then after beating it, I encountered a soft locking glitch that kept me from playing any more of it. But I've been wanting to play more of it, and I don't think I've seen anyone stream the game, so changing that. But yeah, this is Isopod. He plays this little guy. I do think the other day they actually released an update that should have fixed the glitch I was encountering, but that doesn't mean I have to go back to that save immediately. You like how the stream avatars are just steer R? I don't know what that means. They're little transformers. If you do !sit, then they turn into robot mode. Are you going to show off that signature wrecking ball muscle in your meeting later? From the little experience we've had with the fire ant conglomerate, I'll be lucky to get a word in. Well, if you don't get a word in with the FAC, they'll keep harvesting all our food sources and we'll be bound to them whether we like it or not. No pressure, hey? Oh, you gotta do sit, not transform. No pressure. I'll get some spins in before the big meeting with the FAC leadership, blow off some steam. Make sure to grab some breakfast on your way out. 2. We've got limited supplies, Brick. If you aren't taking care of yourself, you can't fight for the rest of us. Promise me you'll get some food in ya. Winton. Alright. I'll grab some brekkie too. There's a lot. Alright. So there's a couple other pillbugs around this area that I'm probably gonna just talk to briefly. G'day, Winston. Sorry. Oh, there's one. I want to be bigger than you one day. I'd like that. Share some of the load, hey? Should be at least one more. There. We eat trash. Why would a conglomerate want it? As far as I can tell, the Vac wants everything. Breakfast! You eat dead leaves, and that's how you heal up. But yeah, the stream avatars can be customized. Most of... Yeah, that happens. I'll fix it eventually. Again, it's been a couple months since I've streamed. Last time I did, I was doing way too much. Okay. Where's my things? There's a thing. They're barely literate crustaceans. I've dealt with their kind before. Use a little spectacle and they'll sign anything. A perfectly planned subterfuge, as always. And is this odd creature playing a role in the grand deception today? That odd creature is who we're trying to negotiate with, you imbecile. Sign anything, eh? Ha! That's a fire ant figure of speech. Of course, we have the utmost respect for you, Isopods. After all, you'll play a large role in our next expansion. I assume those structures you've set up are going to show me what that's supposed to look like? Certainly. Each of these exhibits will provide a fun demonstration of our plans for the bush, and the invaluable collaboration the Fire Ant Conglomerate hopes to have with the Isopod Union going forward. It also demonstrates the outsized resources we'd have to use if you choose not to cooperate with us. Is that a threat? I like to consider it an invitation to cooperate. Enjoy the exhibits and the complimentary snacks. Bye. Can I just go onto the boat? I didn't try that my first playthrough, so I'm gonna try it here. Huh. It's kind of like A Bug's Life, except a bit more explicit, and you play as a wrecking ball. Okay, so this is the cubicle. It's a hole. A square hole, actually. This innovation is my personal favorite. For 24 hours a day, your isopods will spend their time at the bottom of these holes, having their every whim catered to. to eat, they won't even need to leave. We'll take the excess trash from our manufacturing facilities and transport them directly to your new homes. So you're going to drown us in trash holes. We call it a cubicle. Isn't it wonderful? That's a word you could use. Behold, the harvester. So that's what's been stealing all of our food. No, silly. The real one is much larger. I built a machine that could gather all the dry leaves and detritus and trash across a wide area and transform them into building materials. With this, the corporate expansion of the fire ant conglomerate will be unstoppable. Well, we need those dry leaves and pieces of trash to eat. It's what we do, and we're good at it. Don't worry, we'll find trash for you to eat. It might be a little more processed than you're used to, but we all have our parts to play. Some more little than others. As you can see, any manufacturing byproducts too toxic to be consumed by the isopods will be disposed of in local waterways, where it will then flow directly into the ocean. It's efficient and does exactly what it intends, 100% of the time. Kinda like the fire ant conglomerate. Alright, where's the water coming from? I don't understand the question. Fire ants need water like any of us. If your industry constantly creates water waste so toxic you have to dump it into the rivers, where will you get your drinking water from? Ugh! We'll just take the water from somewhere else, Isopod. Keep up. There we go. That should shut it off. Yeah. Much better. There's an achievement for eating 40 leaves in the cubicle. If anyone wants to play this on their own, don't miss it. You've seen the exhibits and how under our control the isopods will have more food than ever. What do you think? How long would we be working under these terms? Indefinitely. Yellow, that makes it sound scary. But yes, this arrangement is indefinite and not open to change. Then I'll be honest, my lords and ladies, this deal is kind of crap. In return for eating your trash and staying out of your way as you take whatever you want from the bush, it seems like we get to survive? That isn't much of a life. I told you that negotiating with them was a waste of time. Stop, Orange. I'll handle this. You may not consider our generous provisions to be much of a life, but if you want your isopods to have a life, I'd reconsider the deal. When all of your trash is finally gone, put to use in our facilities, and you have no choice at all, we won't be so gracious. It's just business. You understand. I do understand. I'll take this back to the Union. I'm glad to hear it. Reconvene with Brick. Yeah, these ants are the worst. We do meet some nice ants. Did they just leave without me? Oh, bounced me. There we go. There's Brick. You don't look happy. The deal's worse than we thought. They're gonna pollute the whole damned bush, take all our trash, and stuff us in holes to get rid of their waste, like living machines. That's cruel. They can't make us live like that. I think we're going to have to accept their terms if we want to live at all. Maybe we can convince them to only put us in cubicles for 8 hours of time or something. Perhaps you have another option. Is that a wizard? Ted the Wizard, to be exact. Sure. It sounds like you have an FAC problem, and fortunately for you, I have a solution. Join me in my wider web. Winton, I don't think you can trust the spider wizard. Better a wizard than a capitalist. Let's give this a shot before they finish taking our lives away, yeah? Wee. This is quite the place. I appreciate you trusting me enough to follow me down here. You'd be surprised how often that doesn't happen. I don't think I'd be surprised. That said, I think we should introduce ourselves. Aha! Yes. I'd like to introduce you to my friends Carl and Mark, top creatures in the Bull Ant Co-op, now fighting the FAC across the bush. Pleased to meet you. I didn't know anyone was even trying to put up a fight against the conglomerate. That's why we should join forces. With your ability to wreck things in our structure, we can't lose. I appreciate the sentiment, but I'm not sure us putting our heads together is going to do all that much. Me and my people can find a way through this. Always have, always will. Should we show them the thing? We should show them the thing. Come on, big man. There's a web line you need to see. Let's go see the thing. Ah, no, fuck. Shit. Did you know pillbugs can breathe underwater? You know what else can breathe underwater? Fish. They set the bush on fire? They're trying to. The FAC is more profitable in a destroyed world than one they've kept intact. Everything the fire ant conglomerate threatened you with is already happening to us, just over your ridge. We need support from all kinds of bugs to end their onslaught, for all of our sakes. Onslaught's a transformer. If the FAC is allowed to continue, they won't just rip out our lives away. They'll take the entire bush down with them. Do I have that right? You do? That's why we're offering you a job. Yeah, Fall of Cybertron made me like Bruticus too. They're in the middle of releasing Toys of the Combaticons. Next year's Commander class is gonna be Onslaught, and I'm excited for that. They released Vortex this year, but the rest of them are all coming out next year. It would be cool if it got G2 repaints. But even if it doesn't, I'll be very glad to have it. You can save your breath. We can squeeze out a living under the conglomerate's thumb until they've ruined the bush and left us for their next target. Or we work together, make our way to that big metal monstrosity, and blah blah blah. Is that a yes? Consider it done. Bloody good on ya. Woohoo! Tell Brick about the new job. This isn't a location we go often in this game. Partially because it's so secluded. I think primarily because of that. We've got a job, Brick. You decided to work with the FAC? Nah, that's old rotten news. We're gonna fight a damn conglomerate. About time. I wanted to see some hope in your eyes. I'll let the Union know our plans and keep them away from Ted until we know he isn't gonna eat us. Sounds like a perfect plan to me. Let's fight a conglomerate. Beautiful place. I can see why you're attached to it. It sure is. Unfortunately, the Varens consider it to be open for expansion. They're going to test a weapon here, on our land. Depending on what that weapon is, the FAC could start in the bush and flatten the entire coast. It would snuff out our protest before it's properly started. We've sent the co-op's best engineer ahead to observe what the FAC is cooking, and then plan a response. Does that response involve me smashing it to bits? Absolutely. Let's find Tinker. We aren't leaving this tree until the FAC does. Yeah! That's your invention. It is. But that's my invention. Stop! Stop it! It appears my new invention has been a smashing success.
Brilliant joke, my liege.
You stole my technology?
That's my damn mech!
If you wanted to keep the rights to your invention, Tinker, you should have filed a global trademark. Working with us would protect you from similar unpleasantness, Winton. The Fire Ant conglomerate is going to settle this wild piece of bush and finally make it the center of commerce it was destined to be. We have vision, and the FAC has determined that you can be a part of it. That's gonna be a union decision. Then I hope you don't unite and do something stupid. Toodles! Let's unite and do something stupid. Let's form Bruticus.
That jerk!
I already haven't been able to get supplies to fix my leg because of FAC harassment. Now the Barons took my ideas too. I'm sorry, mate. Carl and Mark sent me your way. If I can help, I'm at your disposal. You any good at smashing shit? Exceptionally. Watching the Orange Baron parade my invention around gave me an idea. If you can get me a wire, a magnet, and a lightning rod, I can put together a device that lets you take the mech beetle apart, piece by piece. Heck, I can even use the leftover supplies to fix my leg. Kill two birds with one stone. I like it. Not a fan of birds. I prefer not to think about them. Ugh. Yummy leaves and detritus. Oh, pots! If you smash 100 of them and then meet a certain character, you get a new skin. Or rather, you get a beautiful item that you can then trade to the guy who gives you skins for a skin. But potato tomato, you know. It may not be the same, but it doesn't need to be. And there's little bits of trash that we just snatched, because those are the collectibles here. Leaves are your health pickups. There's all the pots. And your currency is trash. Usually metal scraps. I think there's 3 models for it. One's this one. One is like a spring. And then there's a third one that I've already showed y'all. But... what? Fuck. Okay. Get me back up there. Sorry, I normally struggle with this part. y'all remember whether I go on the left one or the right one? Because I keep going on the wrong one, and I'm supposed to go on the other one. I think it's that one that I'm supposed to go on. But do tell me if I'm wrong before I do that, if you can remember. This is Winton's idle animation. Okay. I think this is something I have to do as a ball. Look. Violence. A lightning rod! Okay. I love all the environmental detail in this game. Like, look at all the nails in this. They didn't need to put those there. Yoo-hoo. Okay. 2 more items to get. One is not far from here, and one is all the way down here. So, we're going to go up and over. 1 second, we need to eat the trash. Yeah, there's the spring model. And the one I just collected was the wire model. Or the... yeah. And then the third one is just like a strip of steel? Like steel shaping? I don't know. This is not the direction I should be going. Winton can't survive this at this point in the game. Gonna need to leave about it. Okay. We do have an objective beacon, though. Okay. What? Okay. We're gonna get that momentum again. So we're gonna be right here. We're gonna start at the top of the hill. That was a ramp. Well, we're alive. Okay. This isn't a soft lock, necessarily. If I am clever enough and we carefully bounce off of it right, we could, in theory, get up there. But I don't know if that's something I can do. Nope. Okay. There we go. Scarves. Okay. That's a collectible, if you'll believe it. Um... Okay. Why did I come back here? Let's... Okay. We're back on track. Sorry, I had started looking for something that I had found in that area on my own run, like outside of the loudspeaker. But it's not very easy to get to at this point. I need to stay on target. I need to get the magnet. Should you get Age of the Primes Bruticus? Well, that's a very personal decision, and that's a whole lot of money to spend on a toy, so think about it for yourself. but I think it's gonna be a good set of toys. Toys are fucking expensive, yes. I always feel so bad about buying them. And yeah. They should bring the prices back down, you are right. It is very fucked up that they changed them to be so much more at this point in time. Yeah. Oh. Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna get up there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's scary. I need to get this fucking magnet. Oh yeah, I don't need to reply to every chat message. Okay. I'm gonna be focusing on the game for a minute. This magnet's difficult for me. But the gizmo is worth it. So we need to go get the gizmo. And for the gizmo, we need a lightning rod, a wire, and a magnet. And so we're going to get the magnet. And I'm getting the fucking magnet. Yeah. fuck. Almost had it. Hi. Drinking a soda. Oh. Oh. How was that closer? The shadow of the thing wasn't even in sight. I guess that makes sense if you think about the trajectory of the shot. Yeah. This section is kind of rough. We're almost done. We just need the gizmo. There! I'm gonna break a box about that. We have 39 already. That is good. Okay. Where's... I think I literally just need to go up these stairs. This is a battery powered by fire ants. It is an exploding barrel, yeah. Anyways, here's the shopkeeper. Yeah. This seems like a bad scene, mate. No, please don't go. Sorry, my companions can be so talkative. I'm just a humble shopkeep. And if you bring me treats from your journey, I'd be honored to customize your show. Alright, what do y'all want? We got 40. Okie doke. Okay. Excellent work getting those supplies. I'll put the device together right now. You can probably take care of your leg first if you want. Oh, now I've got the supplies, I can fix that anytime. Right now, I'm inspired. Magnet drive. This is the magnet drive. It tears, it launches, and in your hands, I have a suspicion it can do quite a bit more. Give it a spin. Alright. There. Okay. Okay. I... Okay. Yeah.
Blah.
So, what do you think? That was one of the greatest experiences of my life. Ha. Once you've destroyed the mech, feel free to keep it. We found it. We know where the FAC is storing the mech. Winston can take it down as soon as you think we're ready, Tinker. I'd say you're just in time. What do you think, big fella? Feel about ready? Doesn't particularly matter. Job will get done either way. I like your Isopod friend a lot. Alright.
Blah.
Shit. I need to get the hang of hopping onto this guy's back. It's been a while.
Blah.
Did it work? Let me up. There we go. I just gotta make sure to target the right point. And I think if I'm too close, the wrong points start showing up. Oh. Okay, only one more. I see some dry leaves over there. Fuck. Hello, boys. Alright. Ah. 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 There we go. Much better. Okay. No, please. Oh, man. What? Okay. I'm gonna need to leave about that. Hello, boys. Okay, so I just need to hold down left click and spam right click. As soon as it's stunned. Need to get the right target. Hey, you should run into this. No, this. Please. Please. My bait. Come on, run into my bomb. There you are. Alright. Give me the right magnet point. Not that one. That one. This one. There we go. See? It's not too bad. You ungrateful crustacean! We offered you a position in our beautiful, profitable new world, and you've spit in our faces. You were going to put my people into holes and throw trash onto them. It was still a position. For this insult, among many others, consider our acquisition offer revoked. Your trash-grubbing union will be in our cubicles, Winston. You just won't get a say in it. Plan your next move. I think rolling into a ball was my next move. Yup. That had to be it. So, some of these characters are from the first game, and some of these vehicles are as well. Underneath the Fire Ant added exterior, this beetle was in the original game. It was a 2D sprite then, instead of a 3D model. Unless I'm mistaken. But I know they took several things from the previous game and just, like, several of the more iconic sprites and just made them into 3D models that were in this one, so that it felt like there was a continuity between the two games. And that's a very fun detail. was intense. They attached a flamethrower to a mech brick. I think we passed intense a few kilometers back. Anyway, we talked it out, and I'll be handling the finer details of the co-op and the union working together. We figured one less thing on your plate couldn't hurt. And it gives us the opportunity to explore more ways to work together, community action and all that. Alright, in my book, where are we pushing back the conglomerate next? The facts set up a dumping operation in a creek nearby. It's spilling toxic waste, and worse, it stopped the Volant Co-op from coordinating on any wider scale. They've cut us off from each other. Then that's the next thing I'm reckoning. Yep. I like how in the wider web they put little details so you can differentiate the different web holes. Yeah. What? Yeah, I shouldn't have come back out here. That was the wrong direction. Okay. I don't know if it's this hole, but we're going through this hole. And if it's not, then we're going through a different hole. It's not this hole. We need to find a different hole. There are many of these in the area we're trying to reach, and that's what's screwing me up. Yeah. And you can't use the map here either. Do y'all's chat messages show up on screen? Did I ever find a way to make that work, or is that still fucked? It's just talking cars. Okay, but the words are coming out of the cars, right? Okay. I'll need to fix that at some point. This is a different area. I hope it's the right one. Well, we can get there from here. Won't take too long. Okay. Yeah. We'll be there in no time. I hope you're fired up. You'll need to use that magnet drive to close waste spewing valves across the creek. Well, I blew up a mech today. Closing a pipe shouldn't be too difficult. You do know that we're winning, right? I was under the impression that we're trying to win. It's perspective. The fact that we're here fighting. The fact that with all their power, the conglomerate couldn't rewrite our view of the world. We still see the fact as the exploitative parasites that they are. We're still looking out for each other. That means we've already won. Closing these pipes just seals the deal. You're a good one, Tinker. I'd like to think so. Okay. Woo. What? Shopkeep. Welcome back. Shame the hack made such a mess of things here. Nothing to be done but start fixing it. I love your optimism. Yeah, I could do without it. Don't be rude. Anyway, here's what I've got to trade. What you want this time? We've got 48. We can get pretty much anything down to a certain point on this list. Yeah, we can't get anything past this puzzle piece. But we can get anything before it. If you guys want to get another one or switch out. Yeah, it just says can't afford for all the ones we can't afford. Instead of trade. Makuto LaRocca says, Endra you chose I picked last time. Yeah, I'm okay with chat being displayed on screen via the talking cars. Okay. But I do want the whole chat message to show up, so I am gonna fix that at some point. But I'm okay with it being attached to the cars because it has your name on it. We've got a pipe to close up here, and then a big pipe down the line that we have to close these 3 pipes first to get to. Shit. There was a puzzle piece there. Yeah. So I think if I climb along the wall here, I can get to where we're trying to go. Or at least get going in the right direction? Hopefully. I'm not doing that side quest right now. This is progress. You are destroying progress. We came to save this backwater out of the goodness of our hearts and the promise of a small 400% profit. And this is what you've chosen to do? I told my associates they shouldn't try to negotiate with your kind. Well, continue your tantrum. You'll find that history is not sympathetic to the conquered. And neither am I. I almost worked for that. Goodness.
What?
Close the final pipe valve. I'm fine. Not a scratch on me. And we're as good as ever. There we go. Alright. One second. I swear this jump is not as hard as I'm making it seem. um... Okay. I hit the water that time. But that was better. back down a bit. Huh. Okay. Damn. Okay. These are the acid-spitting ants. World-famous acid-spitting ants. I need to climb a branch. I'm facing the wrong direction. I thought maybe that looked like a dam. There's the ranch. Travel through the broken pipe. Don't mind if I do. Rusty ass copper, my favorite. Well done, Winton. I think watching that pipeline explode is the most beautiful thing I've seen in my life. Settle down, Mark. We don't want the voices to come back. What's this about voices? Don't worry about it. Anyway, now that you've opened the way forward, we should make a plan with the rest of the co-op. Pop into that hole behind us and you'll be right in the center of HQ. I think everyone is very much looking forward to it. Huh. Okay. Entering the ant's nest. So I just had to say something. Jones! Look! Hi, I'm here to speak to the Bull Ant Co-op. Was it something I said? Oh, the exact bug we need. That's convenient. Surprise! We promised we'd find a wrecking ball ally, and we delivered. He's a little smaller than I expected. You're probably thinking about my predecessor, Big Boy. Don't worry, I'll get the job done. Winton here has already been helping us push against FAC intrusions across the bush. Now we just need to vote and make our collaboration with the Isopod Union official. Wait, what's this about a vote? Ah. It seems Carl and Mark skipped over some important procedures where they secured your help. We're a co-op. We make decisions together. I believe in your abilities and how important it will be for the Bush to unite if we're going to keep the FAC from destroying our homes through rampant capitalistic colonialism. But we can't ignore our principles and make our collaboration official without a majority vote. You'll find roughly half of us at the skate park. Get the youth involved and this partnership will have rockets attached. Hmm. Do y'all want a new costume? Too bad we're getting a new costume. Nobody answered, so I get to pick.
Bleh.
I want to do hieroglyph.
Hey, settle an argument for us.
And before you say yes, remember that I have complete and total faith in your abilities. That's an intense opening, but sure, let's hear it. Okay, we were talking about what would happen if you were trapped in a room with several large birds that also happen to be on fire. I think you could take down 5 of them before the heat or their razor-sharp talons pierce through your body. Me, I'm a true believer. I'm an OG. I think you're cool as hell. Before you succumb to your injuries in a heart-wrenching display of working-class solidarity, I said you could take down 14 of those fiery jerks. So 5 or 14, what do you think? I think I need to leave this conversation as soon as possible. Before you ask, yes, I know that you want to work with us. And no, I don't trust you yet. Do you know how many bugs come through here looking to collaborate only to disappear a few days later? If you have the spirit of a true radical, I want you to prove it. Alright? What do you have in mind? The skate park never lies. If you jump in and earn 18,000 points, you'll have our support. What points? What's the scoring metric? If you can't see the combos building in your head art, then you don't have what it takes to fight fascism. I win. Pipe. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna grab a puzzle piece. I mean, I don't know what the trick you said is. I know what Iron Factory Leo Kaiser is. I don't know much about the Japan exclusive Transformers storylines. But Iron Factory makes this skate park is bigger than I thought it was. Like, way bigger. I think I just didn't exit the main room when I played it my first time around. Can I get back to the rest of the... thing now? Okay, I haven't played that. It was a little bit before my time. Heard good things about it, though. I know a song I like is in it. Neat. Am I going in a loop? No. But I'm not going in the right direction either. A bit further. Okay, I think it's this way. Yeah. I saw the combos. My radical spirit is proven. Hell yeah, it is. He pulled a 9,000. He's an orb of socialist delight. I understand maths now. As I said, a lot of people come through here only looking to support a good cause when it's convenient. They're friends and comrades until they aren't. You're different, and for however much my voice counts, I'm happy to support the Isopod Union. That means a lot, thank you. Come on, everyone, let's head to the gathering room. Winston, I learned where a bunch of our food has been going. The FAC occupied a nearby quarry. They're using a harvester to threaten the co-op and deprive you of your food source at the same time. Just like the exhibit they showed me in the bush. It sounds like it's time we pulled out Operation FAC Off. It doesn't have to be named FAC Off, necessarily. Yes, it does. If anyone has objections to either working with the Isopod Union or beginning Operation FAC Off, please say so. I would follow that orb to the ends of the world. Then that's it. The eyes have it. Yeah! I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Winston, head to Tinker's shop. Uner will take it into operation. Everyone else get meeting adjourned. Let's go. One last thing I want to see before I call it. For now. Yeah. This is the original mech ant. Sasha here? Oh yeah. The FAC can steal my designs, but they can't match the quality of my engineering. We've had to repurpose a lot of her for supplies to defend the co-op. But the core is rock solid, and just what we need for the operation. Did Owen manage to convince everyone that the name should be FAC Off? That he did. Bloody wonderful. Once you start the mission, there's no turning back. The FAC won't give us a second chance. Just pull on the big chain gate when you're ready. Good luck, big guy. Same to you. Alright. Blah. 1 second. One detail I want to point out about the mech ant is that in the original game was a 2D platformer where you play as a spider building webs. And that was your method of getting around. And whenever you tried standing on top of the mech ant, once it was fully assembled, you would get shook off because it keeps vibrating. The same is true here if I let go of the magnet drive. I also want to point out that there's denim lining the cockpit of the mech ant. And that Tinker's coat is made of denim. We've been going for about 2 hours. Don't want to see more of this game. If you do, I'm going to need to head to BRB. I think BRB is broken, like the screen itself is, due to some shit that happened with my computer way back. But I think this would be a good stopping point. Yeah. Alright. Ooh. Let's see. I want to see a save. Simple. The game, please save. So this door is another thing that's also taken from the first game. I'm going to open this just so that the game saves. Save, please. There we go. Okay. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I know it's not night, but I kind of just end most streams by saying good luck and good night.